This is the OXO 8-cup coffee maker. They call it a podless single serve function. The one I have is the glass carafe. First step is just to add the water. We only want to pour the amount of water that we're going to brew with. So for this mug that I'm using, this is a 16-ounce mug. I filled it with about one finger short of the rim, so that's about 15 ounces, which is in the increments that this brewer likes to brew with, because they are suggesting 5 ounces per scoop. So that means I'm going to do 3 scoops to brew this 15 ounces of water. So with this brewer, I'm going to go ahead and just pour that water into the reservoir. Okay, put my mug in place. Then I'll ensure that this selector is selected over here to the single cup. Inside, it has this insert. This insert is a Kalita insert. It also has its standard insert, the brew cone, we would call that. So I'll put that in place. I really like the results with this brew insert. Let's do 3 of these scoops. And I'll get right to 21 grams. There we go, 21 grams on the button. Not really necessary to use the scale like this. I'm doing it just to show exactly what this dose will work out to. 21 grams, okay. Now I'm gonna hit this on the grinder. With the way I like to brew coffee, I would never fill the hopper with beans. I would only do it to order. This is the dose. Again, that's this is 21 grams. There we go. Okay. Now, to activate the brewer, I'm gonna want to turn it on. Okay, so make sure this is set to the single serve setting. I'll turn the brewer on. And if I picked one of the 2 pot settings, the half pot or the full pot, it would turn on this burner. I don't want that burner to turn on because I'm brewing right into the cup. So I'll select the single cup, which does not activate the burner. And that right now activated its brew process. So it will start brewing. This brewer is a certified SCA, Specialty Coffee Association certified brewer, which means it regulates its brew temperature. And that was a cool little step that it did that mimics manual pour over coffee, as far as allowing the coffee, the fresh coffee that's freshly ground, to bloom inside the brew basket. Freshly roasted coffee, freshly ground coffee is very gassy, and it causes it to float and bloom, we call it. And that bloom needs to settle down, and that was the reason for that pause. What that pause does is it gives the coffee a chance to fully extract. You don't need that pause with a K-cup or with any kind of pod, because those pods, the manufacturer, the roaster, has to stale that coffee. They have to let the coffee stale, ground coffee, let it off gas completely, and it does stale the coffee in order to be able to package it into that capsule without the capsule bursting. And it completed its brew process. Classic American style drip coffee. This was 15 ounces of water through 21 grams of coffee.